All right, now you can hear me. Now you can freaking hear me. All right, it's been a weekend. It's been a weekend. I'm ready for the week. I'm ready for a week. I need I need a vacation from the weekend. That's what it was. That's that's how that's my mood right now. Vacation from the weekend. Someone says looks like it. Looks like it. Well, let's get started. Now that you could hear and see me, okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the YouTube chat, there is our top step risk disclosure. Everything that I go over is for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. We know the drill. We're here to learn, get better at trading, and it's not financial advice. So let's jump to it. I'm gonna do a quick, very quick. You can see I have my live account here. Live account here. Let's see how the rest of this week goes. Let's start off by going through the Nasdaq. I'm going to start on the Nasdaq, then we'll jump over to gold. Gold is pumping. So daily chart on the Nasdaq. Oh, Jason, we see volatility in gold. We see the volatility in gold, but look at this chart on the daily here in the Nasdaq. Looking good, honestly. Seeing signs of a reversal. Are we seeing signs of a reversal? Michael Burry, how are you feeling over there? Hopefully he's looking for profit, take profit on his Nvidia maybe. This is signs that we can be reversing here on the daily chart. We sold all the way off down to these 24,700s. Rallied all the way back up. We're at 25,400s. 25,400s. So we're right back at this level. This is a major level. This area of, it used to be resistance. So I'm curious, is this going to act as resistance? I don't know. Maybe. Let's zoom into an hourly, see where we are at. Well, gap. Here's a gap. Look at that. Look at this gap that we had. Looks like we did try and fill a little bit of it, right? We tried to fill a little bit of this gap. There is some, resistance maybe around these 500s, not 500s, 25,415s, 413s. Interesting to see what happens tonight. This is the Nasdaq. I'm going to zoom into a 5-minute. I'm going to just talk about tonight's price action mainly. There's that gap. We did fill half of this, right? We filled some of it, but there's still that gap from basically 220s, the mid to upper 220s. So there's still some that we might want to go fill. We don't have to, but I mean, I would look for the market to fill this if we do sell off. So right now, no, I'm not looking for a short here in the Nasdaq. However, if we do start to sell off, then yeah, that's going to play a role. So I'm not looking for a sell-off in the Nasdaq. We're up 0.8%, which is pretty dang bullish. So anyway, let's move on. Let's take a look at gold. Gold's been my baby. If you tune in, shout out. Are you new to slow markets? And if so, I've been bullish gold. I've been very bullish gold. You know that I have a longer position in gold at 4,000 evens. If you don't, you should know. I've talked about it a little bit. Talked about it on my socials. I talked about it during slow markets, during fast markets. We had this nice consolidation. I'm going to bring this up daily on the gold chart. And yeah, look at this. Like a big rally on gold. We got this nice pullback. Guess what? I entered into a big long position here on the personal looking at 4,000. I got into a nice position at 4,000 and it's been a little bit choppy. So we've been chopping around here for a little bit here on gold. And I say a little bit, I mean a couple weeks up and down around 4,000, which is when you're in a position, it sucks, right? It's practicing patience. No one wants to get in a position and then have to sit here and wait. You want to get into a position and then immediately go in your favor. You're like, as soon as I get in this trade, I want it to work out. I don't want it to sit here and chop for a whole week or a whole hour if you're day trading. But here we are. The question is on gold, is this a nice pullback? And then are we going to see a continuation? My first targets, honestly, on gold is going to be this consolidation that we had on October 22nd. So I'm looking for gold to maybe come test this 4100 up to 4160s. So 4160s is my target here on gold. Just a nice bounce. I'm not looking for all-time highs. I'm not looking for some huge push and go test these all-time highs up at 4400. We might, but dare I say a base hit, right? Base hit, depending on the time frame that you're looking at. We zoom into an hourly chart and look at gold go. Look at gold go. Gold is not done. You can see that we've been consolidating in this area for quite a while. It's been this top side acting as, well, you can see some nice support levels, support and resistance levels around these 440s, 450s. We're not out of the woods yet. We're starting to, I guess, take a peek above a lot of this resistance. And you can see every time we start to sell off, buyers have just been willing to step up, right? Step up. And we've been kind of, forgive my drawing. My drawing's not the best, all right? It's Sunday night for me. And so buyers have been making this kind of consolidation pattern, and it looks like tonight we're starting to break out. Tonight we are starting to break out, and we're not out of the woods yet. And I say that as like, this is not a full breakout yet. I mean, depending on what you classify as a breakout, right? If you're looking at maybe a pattern like this, yeah, it's a breakout from the pattern that we seen last week, right? On what, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. So maybe you're looking at something like this. We're starting to break through these highs. We're testing this high, right? We're not completely broken out to the long side yet, but we have a lot of momentum. And you can see there's some resistance right here at these 4063s, 4062s. There's some support, resistance. So we're not out of the woods yet. The next level I can see gold possibly going to on the short term is going to be around 90s, right? 4100 evens. You can see there's some nice resistance area around that, some nice resistance on this hourly time frame. Then, of course, this is where I'm looking at. This is where I'm looking at in gold. Come up here and test these 4150s to 4170s. But we got to clear this level. We need to have a nice clean breakout, gain some momentum. Do we get a breakout and then maybe a retest and then a continuation? Then maybe a continuation? I don't know. But I just want gold to keep going up. Just keep going up. That's all I want. That's all I want to see. That is what will make me happy. Is just gold just keep going up. But let's see if we can find some opportunities tonight. Let's zoom into a 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart here. And yeah, I mean, look on Friday. We almost had that breakout on Friday, right? Like that was a big breakout, and then just right back down. So let's see what this one does tonight, if we're going to see a nice sell-off. But it is slow markets. Aaron Trades during the London session is going to have a heyday with this volatility in gold. Definitely this volatility in gold. So let's go to the 5-minute. I'm going to switch over to micros. I'm in my live account. Let's get those likes. Let's pump up those likes. Pump up the likes like gold's pumping. Let's do that. I'm going to zoom in. Let's start to zoom in. See if there's opportunities here. I'm going to get some music going. We'll get some good music. Hopefully it's some good music. Have to change the DJ. Got the wood stove cranking tonight. Little cold spill the next 2 days. Drop said. Oh yeah. We'll go through some. Well, I didn't mind this music. This one wasn't a bad one. This was not too bad. So I'm gonna watch gold. Anybody? Are you trading? Are you long gold? Are you long gold? Anybody long? Man, the whole market's up. Everything's up. I just looked at this. I'm going to read this off for everybody, what I'm seeing tonight. Nasdaq up 0.9%. NVIDIA, woo! NVIDIA is up 2 3/4. NVIDIA is up 2 3/4. 2.75%. Apple's up 0.5% almost. Microsoft's up 0.5%. Now remember, this is just barely. This is pre-market. Amazon's up 1%. Google's up 1 3/4. Meta's up 1.5%. Broadcom's up 1. Well, 1 and a little bit. 1.18. Tesla's up 2. Man, gold's up 1 1/4. We're watching that right now. And Palantir is up 3%. Palantir is positive 3%. Uh-oh. Michael Burry. Michael Burry, do you take profits or do you take screenshots? I wonder what Michael Burry's doing. Profits or screenshots? Hopefully profits and not screenshots. Can you do example of a trailing stop tonight? Yeah, I could do an example of a trailing stop. There we go. Just in something here. Okay, we're good to go. Good to go. Shutdown is over. They will reopen this week. You think, Pawn? There's some positivity going through there. Let's take a look at the news. And while I'm doing that, let's get through some hashtag slow markets. I already see some traders submitting their hashtag slow markets in the YouTube chat. There is my socials, Twitter. Just go ahead and tag me, whether you are in a trade. Show me a trade. Show me your trader workstation. Something fun. Just tag me in it, and if I like it, I'll show it here live on air during slow markets. So go ahead. We'll get through that. Mike Furry has been posting on. Poor guy. Taking screenshots. Yeah, I told you so. Told you. But I understand his Palantir short. I get the Palantir short. Yeah, I like that Palantir short. But I don't know if I could get behind the Nvidia short. It'd be hard for me to get behind the Nvidia short. I like the Palantir short to an extent, but not the Nvidia short. And then remember, we all have to understand this. If you're paying attention to the Michael Burry short on tech, he shorted well before the report came out. So he was well underwater. So he was negative money. Who knows? So I don't know the details, but it's always a curious thing. Whenever reports come out, it's after the fact. But here goes gold. Let's get back up to these 62s. Glad to be back. Let's have a good one and a good time. Yeah, new week, new opportunity. Got my live account ready to start cooking in my live account. Question for Dakota. Any tips for re-entering a position after a botched exit? I was long this evening, NQ at 305, exited for plus 750, which was great, but the market continued, then I struggled to get back in. Sometimes you just can't, right? Sometimes if you've already closed it, botched it up, a lot of times the best thing is just to, okay, it's over, move on to the next. Am I feeling better? Yeah, I think I'm fully over whatever I had last week or the week before that. So feeling good. How come the live account is yellow and not green? Is that just how they are now? I'm assuming so. They were green. It's yellow. I like the yellow better. I'm a gold trader, right? We like yellow. We like gold. Bears got lucky today. Did the Chicago Bears win? Hey, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. That's the Chicago Bears motto. When you go live, do you get to keep the money you earned, or does it create a new account for you? So the way it works, Stuart, is when you're in an XFA, an express funded account, which is funded account, which is still SIM. Say you make $25,000, and then you get called up to live. They could either move that and create a live account for you, a real live money account for that dollar amount, $25,000, and you can opt. Hey, you want to take a payout? Maybe you want to take $5,000 out. You take $5,000 and have them open a $20,000 account. Have that conversation with the risk team. Jets 1. I'm curious to use Bookmap. I do not. Aldel 4K, you are praising everything Topstep does. Are you talking about because I like the yellow instead of the green? Is that what you're saying? Because I like the yellow letters because I'm a gold trader. And so you therefore say I praise everything? Okay. Man, it's too late for me to get on that one. Hey, different strokes for different folks. If you like green, I don't know. That sucks for you, I guess. If that's important for you. Let's do some trading, Dakota. Well, that's what I'm here for. I'm watching this gold. We're hanging around these 50s. I don't want to get long right now because we just had this nice rally, and so we're kind of consolidating here. So the question is, are we going to break out, right? Are we going to have the rally, consolidation, and then a rally, or are we going to have a deeper pullback? So I'm waiting. I'm watching. Why does your live account say 150K when you transfer 27? Because this came from 150K combine, right? Or 150K account. Gold evening. Gold evening. I like the green better than the red. Hey, as long as this is not red. If they make this red, I'll throw a fit. You know, I like the gold. I like the gold. Green, sure. Blue, sure. As long as it's not red. Gold's continuing to hold up here. Gold's continuing to hold up. We're having these higher lows, higher low, higher low, higher low. So I'm liking that. So let's see if we are getting ready for a continuation here on gold. Let's see if we get a continuation above 63, maybe 64. Don't think it'll be pulling back anytime? Well, we know when gold rallies, it just keeps going. But we are up 1.25%. Dakota, you couldn't tell if it's red. Well, yeah, technically I'm red, green, colorblind, but does the color, if the color of an account matters to you, you have you have a very, I'll know a good way. You need bigger problems. You need bigger problems in your life. Nice flag. Yeah, it's looking like we're gonna break out here. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I will not mind. Let's take a little. I wouldn't mind a long. I don't mind getting in the long here. Let's see if we can. Let's see if I could get into a long. Okay, I'm gonna take 3 micros. Double check we're in micros. Okay. I need to switch this over to ticks because I like the ticks. Is that why I'm profitable? Is because I can't tell? Green, red, let's just follow the process. Follow the process. See, I'm risking 219 on this. I'll add if we could get above 62. So I'm gonna try and I'm gonna be a little more patient here. NQ about to break out again. We'll look at NQ in just a moment. I'm in gold. Okay, we're gold. This is gold. Focus on gold. We're having fun. And we got to get the likes up. Come on, chat. How do you close partials? Can you show us? Yeah, look. Buy 1, sell 1. Buy 2, sell 2. All right, let's get that. Let's get ready. I'll add another one right there. Let's see if we get above these 61s. I want to add as we're gaining momentum. All right, there's 5. See, I'm adding 1. Going long after a push is risky. Going short after a push is risky. Going against the momentum is risky. Placing a trade is risky. Anything you could do is risky, right? Maybe instead of someone, and this is probably a better way to put it. It's like, oh, this is risky. Oh, you know what? How many times have we tried to short this and it keeps going up, right? I think maybe the better way to put it is, hey, you know, maybe it's less probable. Maybe it's less probable. Maybe there's less risk reward. I don't know. Yeah. Pulling out your driveway is risky. Everything, right? It's as risky as far as your stop loss is. But I think there's a fair argument to be made about probabilities. You could say, hey, it's less probable. I think I'm going to close out of this one. Let's close out of this one. Wait for that pullback. You could say less probable. Okay. Zoom in. Oh, it's not showing. Okay, let's. Why is that there? Minus 208. Minus 208. All right, we're going to wait for this one to pull back. I still want to get into a long. Let's go look at the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq's moving. Woo! See, Nasdaq didn't pull back. Nasdaq did not pull back. See, Nasdaq rallied, consolidated, pushed, right? Gold rallied, consolidated. Well, we're not done consolidating yet. All right, I'm gonna take it here again. We're gonna try this a little bit. One more, uno más. There's some momentum. Some momentum. We're not getting it. Looking for this. I was looking for this bounce to continue. We're not getting that. We're not getting that one either. Woo. That's your target? Is my stop loss your target? Longing the top. Spiritual Bliss says longing the top. Did you know this was going to be the top? Gold and silver had their after hour. Question is, was longing this the top? Right? Longing this in the Nasdaq was not the top. I feel like we have this question so often. Because when it works in my favor, I did get the memo, man. Michael Burry didn't put me on his memo list. No. All right, I'm gonna get out of this. I don't mind getting back in. Minus 525. All right, here's a question for you guys. Here's a question for everybody. If I bought the Nasdaq here, is this longing the top? If I bought the Nasdaq here, is that longing the top? What if I would have bought the Nasdaq here? Is that longing the top? Yeah. I bet you that question gets 50-50. 50-50. What if you long here? Do you want to short that? Do you want to short that? That's my question. Do you want to short it? Ooh, I think it would be more detrimental shorting it than it is buying it. I'd rather buy it in these areas, right, than sell it. Do you know how many people blow accounts by selling the top? the top, right? That gap just got closed. So 9099 says, I'm married to my long biased. I am long biased tonight. Yes. I am long biased gold. Do you have any idea why? What direction is gold going tonight? Right? I'm a technical trader. I would rather lose money buying than lose money selling. Gold's gonna go back to all-time highs by next week. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Maybe. I don't. That's kind of a stretch here. All right, let's look for some more longs here. Someone says, I have a short bias. Are you in a short? Let's hear it from the chat. Type in the chat. Are you, if you have a short bias, are you short gold? All right, let's see if we can get that push through there. Long gold bias, would love VWAP. And if you wonder why I'm long biased, if you watch slow markets from the very beginning, I did a technical analysis on a higher time frame. So I like to look, and I love to use these higher time frames. I am looking for a breakout here on gold. If we don't get it, I'll lose money. Right? We broke through this entire week. So all this consolidation, we're up here testing the highs. I'm looking for gold to go test these, 4100s. I'm looking for gold to come up and test these 4170s using these higher time frames, but then zooming in to lower time frames, and I'll trade on these lower time frames. But I love the higher time frames. Let's see. Add it onto that one. So let's see if we get some buying structure in here. Looking at this. Started to get a flip on the MACD longs. Should continue. We'll need to break through these 54s. Ooh, let's get that one out of the way. We got to get through 64 or 54s, not 64s, 54s. I want to see these higher lows continue right now. For those that were asking me about technicals, this is technicals. We'll get through some of this hashtag slow markets here soon. And you see us push through these 54s. You can see there's some resistance right here on this 100 tick around these 54s. If we start to break down through this, I'm going to get out. All right, I'm going to add to that. Trying to build a position. Trying to build a position for a play higher. Has anyone had an email from Topstep asking Top to do a Zoom call? I don't know if I would trust any email asking to do a Zoom call. Yeah, I want to. That's me. Yeah, I wouldn't do it unless you confirm it. Okay, I'm out of that one. Minus 829. 829. All right, not a good way to start this week. Not a great way to start this week. Okay, we'll wait and see, because if this does it again, I'll keep doing it. But in the meantime, let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq hit these 430s. This is where we were on what? The 6th? This is where we were on the 6th. Ran into some resistance here on the Nasdaq. $430s. I still wouldn't want to short the Nasdaq. I'm going to keep looking for. I'm still going to be watching this gold trade. Still watching this gold trade. What's my DLL on the live account? It's 4,000. And back into it. I want to make sure I'm not going to miss out on this trade if we do get this breakout. Right, I'm going to add to this. Someone says gold going down. Well, it went down for 5 minutes. All right, now we're getting that now. After I've been chopped up 3 times. After I get chopped up 3 times. All right, let's see if we can get through these. We need to hold above 54s. I need to see that momentum. Don't worry. Well, I see this hashtag slow markets coming in here. We'll get to them in a moment. No, I might have to just bail on this one too. I'm gonna give it a little bit more room, and I'll just bail out manually. That's what I was thinking. And we did have the top of the hour. Remember, due to daylight savings. Yeah, bailed out. Minus 1100 so far. If we invert this 5-minute FVG on gold, I'm changing my bias to bearish. I will not change my bias to bearish until we put in a lower high and then a lower low. I see a VWAP test before long. Let me just wait. Getting chopped up. Minus $1,100. If this thing goes, if this thing goes now. Smaller size, larger headroom. I missed out on the best pump. Is this what you're referring to? The best pump? Or are you referring to this Nasdaq here? Nasdaq hasn't really went anywhere. We had that nice bounce. We still have this gap right at the session open. Normal dip to a double bottom. Steve says there's no trade at all. Why are you forcing it? I see a trade here. I still like these longs. I still like these longs. I see a trade on this. Back up to these highs. And if you haven't seen me trade before, you should be used to this. This is chop. Let's wait a little bit. We're diddling in the middle. We're diddling in the middle. Looks like just a liquidity grab. A liquidity grab. Stop loss might be a better entry. I want to be in long gold for a pushback above these 60s. That's the beautiful thing about the market, right? Everybody will have their opinion. Here's the thing is, everybody in the YouTube chat, bye live account, Spiritual Bliss. Have you watched any of this slow markets the past 2 months? I'm gonna guess no. All right, I'm gonna get out of that one. When you lose 1,000 out of 27,000. Benson says he's new to slow markets. Yeah, you could tell who don't come in and watch slow markets very often. You could always tell. Watch me all on fast markets. Welcome, Benson, to slow markets. Anyone that thinks you win every day has a lot to learn. I wish I could. If I could come in here and just win every day, which I kind of have been though, right? I kind of have been the past 2 months. I could give crap too. If you want to give me crap, I could dish it right back out. Pick any day the past 2 months and just watch it. First time in slow markets, welcome. What is it like going? Is it like psychologically going from XFE to live? I saw you trade a lot. I saw you trade the day it was activated. I didn't trade my live account the day it was activated. I didn't trade my live account after the next day. Psychologically, you should approach it almost the same. You should approach it very much the same. Let me see this. There we go. You should trade, yeah. So that's one of the big things that I don't see traders do often. You trade the combine exactly the way you trade your XFA, and then you need to trade your XFA exactly the way you trade your combine. So all three of them, combine, XFA, and live account, you need to trade them the same. You need to trade them exactly the same. And you need to approach it the same way. My bias is long? Yes, my bias is long gold. My timing might be off though. Captain, everyone's just so used for me being green all the time. It blows their mind when I take a loss. When I take losses on this. It's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Dakota, I'm always right. My timing leaves a lot less to be desired. Story. That's a story. What time frame is this? This is a 5 minute, and this is a 100 tick. All right, let's see if we could get this position back. Thoughts on trailing stop and profit versus break even? I think it depends on the market structure. I'm going to add. Wait, not this song. I don't know where this song came from. All right, let's see if we get some momentum here. This might be my last try here on gold if we don't find a lot of buyers. If this rally can't hold, then this will be my last run here tonight on a gold long. Need to break 50%. It's not looking. We've seen the momentum above these 49s, but we're not seeing it hold above 49. I'm not seeing it hold above 49 yet. All right, this is what I'm wanting to see. Let's get above 52. All right, now I'll move my stop. Tic Tac says I'm toast. I'm risking $38 on this trade, chat. I'm risking $38. And this is a setup on a 5 minute here. And the play is a push back up towards these 60s. No, I'm risking $38. Worst case scenario, I lose $38 on this trade. You don't. This is the issue I see so many traders have. They focus so much on the P&L. How does that not drive you crazy? Stop focusing on the P&L. Focus on the process. Change your mindset. So hyper focused on P&L. If this was like a demo account one that you just don't care about the P&L, you'd be speechless. You wouldn't say anything. You'll be able to, focus on the process a lot better. So just calm down, relax, and focus on the process. If you hyperfixate on the P&L on every single little trade, mentally that's exhausting, right? That has to be exhausting mentally if you're always focused on just the P&L. You gotta fall in love with the process. Just fall in love with it and enjoy being able to place trades, manage risk, and do this. I'll tell you what, I'd be exhausted. I'd be exhausted if I was fixated on the P&L every single day. All right, I'm going to close one contract off right there. If we break through these 55s, I'm going to move my stop loss. Only if we break through these 55s, I'll move my stop loss. All right, almost. We gotta get a momentum. We need momentum above those 55s. All right, I'll close another one off at. Close another one off at 56. Move my stop loss a little more. Now here's what's going through my head. So here's what's going through my head is how tight do I move my stop loss, right? That someone wanted to give me an example of stop loss is I'm watching these pivots on this 100 tick chart. And that's what goes through my head right now is how tight do I trail my stop loss? Do I move it up to this one? And then is that risk versus, let's say, an extra 10 ticks worth it? Let me turn this music down a little bit. And that's what I think through. That's what I'm thinking through right now. Okay, this is a winner. No matter what happens, I'm gonna make money on this in this trade. It sucks to be chopped up a couple times, or else it'd be a net positive. But then, where does my stop loss go, and how tight do I trail it? Because the last thing we really want as a trader is for us to come down, for the market to come down, hit our stop loss, and then rally right back up, right? That's where sometimes I struggle. I'm gonna be honest. Is sometimes I find myself trailing it too tight. Sometimes I don't have. Sometimes it's not tight enough. This is where I struggle. All right, just do I move it up to these 52s? Is that extra 10 ticks worth it? I mean, if we get down there, we're just gonna get down to these 20 ticks, and then. Yeah, so the little details right here is what is important to me. Chat, don't just come on. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. So worst case, I made a few $100s on it. What, $400? It just sucks being chopped up. And then the third option, which is my most intrusive option, is wide stop and then just add to this. Build a position. Wherever it was. Below this. This is the pivot point I'm watching right now. Yeah, someone says add. Add. Build the position. Go for it. You had it at 51. We'll go 50.9. How do you know when you pass a combine with no P&L? What do you mean pass it with no P&L? Set a couple as a trailing stop or not a good idea? What do you mean by that? Set a couple as a trailing stop. Someone says it's coming down. It's coming down. It's coming down. I don't want it to come down. I want to see it come back up here to these 60s. But I'm more watching this, managing the trade. Go down, it's a market. Some people want it to go up though. Some people want it to go down. There's some people in gold that want it to go sideways. People selling options. You would add after it sweeps my stop loss. Yeah, I know. That's another part of my thought process, right? Is if I want to add to this position, let's say if I'm not in a position, if we do come down and sweep these 50s, that would look like another tempting long, right? But remember that this is looking at the 100 tick. We also have this candlestick on a 5-minute. Like that's very indecisive, right? We didn't get the breakout. Like there's no breakout that I wanted. We didn't get the breakout I was looking for. There's no good buy. Like compared to what we seen earlier, like this momentum, all this momentum, we're not seeing that. The momentum's kind of just out of this market. I was looking for the momentum that we had earlier, and it looked like we was going to get it there for a minute, and we didn't. The momentum. All right, I'm out. I'm just going to take it. We'll move on to the next. Move on to the next. Next. Ooh. All right, chat. Who would buy the Nasdaq? Who would sell it? Who would buy the Nasdaq? Who would sell it? Is this buying the top if you buy it? No. No, everyone who says buy it, that's buying the top, according to the chat. Oh. Wait. Buy. Oh. I thought more people would be wanting to sell up here, because that would be buying highs. NQ along, but here. NQ long, but here. Scalp is short. All right, let's see who's gonna be right. I'm not gonna mess around with it right now. We're watching gold. Doomsday people would say sell it. What's the tilt? Is the tilt? Nasdaq tilt is 60% long, 40% short. Sell it. All right, we'll see where it's at by the end of we'll see who's gonna win that one. Gold slow down. Gold has slowed down a lot. NQ struggling here. It seems it wants to sell. NQ struggling. All right, we'll watch the Nasdaq. Shout out if gold starts moving. Shout out if gold starts moving. Let's get to some of these hashtag slow markets. All right, I gotta go through some of them. All right, what's going on? There we go. I made the payout money back. Nice work. Oh, look, there's your payout. There's your payout. Gold has been fantastic. $4,500 payout requested. You're up 6,000 tonight. Nice work. Nice work. You're trading it up. Great trading. Yeah, here's someone who's trading. There's someone who caught the gold longs. Someone caught those gold longs. Nice work on that one. No slow market tonight for sure. Green on the screen. Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo. What is position bracket? Let's go with micros. Not bad for 2 hours. Dang, is this micros NQ trader? $1,400 with micros? Okay. Okay. See, micros are... You can make and lose a lot of money on micros, right? I'm down 700. I was down... I don't know, whatever. What was I down? Chat, you know more than my... Chat pays better attention to my P&L than I do. Last week in green only with DBA concepts. DBA concepts, base hits. Look at that. 150, 220, 190. That's consistency. Do that. Do that. Someone says 1,400. Someone says 1,600. 1,200. Okay, I'm going with 1,200. I'm going with 1,200 is however much I was down. Chat, you know more than I do when it comes to my P&L. You guys care a bit more about my P&L than I do. All right. Here's Ben. Ben. Slow markets DBA, Coach DBA. You got your is this a desktop and then a computer? Are they hooked up together? Nice work. I see the green on the screen in your XFA. Gotta give that one a like. Gotta give them a likes. All the likes in the world. SJR, normal one. SJR. Green on the... Oh, look at that. 11,000. 11,000. You're up 2,000 tonight. Nice work. Nice work. You just need to show them their calendar to silence everybody. They seen my calendar. They know. They just talk shit for fun. Let's go gold. What is this? What am I looking at here? Okay. Help me understand this one, chat. Let's go gold with slow markets. Coach Dakota. Is that a 5 gram gold bar? Is that on... Did you put that on top of your phone? You put a 5 gram gold bar on top of your phone, it looks like. Up $400 in gold. Nice. Hey, that's what it looks like. Nice work. From the... Oh, the Perth Mint. Nice. Okay. I got like that one. Like that one. Yeah, this is... Robbie. All the new people watch Coach Dakota trading on slow markets. Why? Oh, that's why. Well, sometimes it's like that. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's up there. This made me laugh. This one made me laugh. There we go. That's a good one. That's how it is sometimes. Have to. Oh shoot! Good stuff. Good stuff. Putting me in timeout for. No, it's probably spamming Richard. I'm putting you in timeout, Richard, myself. That's not okay to say. I wonder if you was in touch with order flow and thought it isn't for you, or is it else? Order flow, now don't get me wrong. I don't mind order flow or bookmap or any of that. It's just, it could be a little too much for me when it comes to distractions. Like, okay, looking at this, looking at that, looking at so many different things. I love pure price action, and I don't like to look at a lot of things. Like simplicity for me is important. I love simplicity. Like the more simple I can make my trading, the better it is for me. Told you, sell it. Wait for the candle. Did you sell it? I sold it. I sold it up here. Which tick do you use? I use a 100 tick. Hindsight Capital will let you know. Price action is king. Let's see, what's MNQ doing? Look at that. See, if you would have bought the top, everybody who was selling up here saying it was buy the top, well, they're in the money. They're in the money. Someone says it's coming down. It's going down unless it goes up. We're past time. You know that? We are past time. We are... I'm going to get long gold, so I'm going to stay up a little bit longer. Why would you buy the top? Here's the problem I always have. Wish you had more. Wish I would have got into a bigger position. All right, I'm going to add to this. Then start playing games. Make some Christmas present money. Don't talk about Christmas. It's not Christmas yet. Okay, we have still plenty of time until Christmas. No, it's not Christmas. All right, I'm gonna add to that. All right, let's get pushed back up to the. Let's get some momentum. The momentum. Market does what it wants. Yep. Market does whatever it wants. Dakota, why not trade silver? Because I trade gold. I'm not a silver trader. I'm nothing against silver, but Nasdaq and gold's for me. Nasdaq and gold is for me. Coach, I need your advice. Do you keep trading the same contract size for all your accounts? Eval, XFA, and live? Yeah, yep. Until I feel like I'll build positions. Like, see right there, I'm adding to it. I'll add. You see me. I'm trading the same, right? I'm trading the same. But depending on the trade, the individual trade, the situation, I'll feel more comfortable scaling into a position quicker, like maybe a bigger size. So it depends. It really depends. I hate giving that answer, but that's the best answer I usually give is it depends on individual situations. Do you ever watch any other traders not on TopstepTV? Nah, I don't have time for that, to be honest. Watching TopstepTV when I'm on air and I'm trading with Braden and the other traders here on air. When I'm not on air, I won't watch any other traders not on TopstepTV. I mean, what value is it going to give me? When I'm not trading, I want to just do something. I don't want to sit here and watch markets. I don't want to sit here and watch somebody trade. I started trading for the freedom, right? I started trading so I could have the freedom to do what I want, right? Trade a couple hours a day, maybe a couple hours at night, and be done. Go get a nice massage, go boxing, go enjoy my life, go relax, talk on social media, right? Or chat on social media, interact with the community, do the things that I love. Doesn't mean I want to watch. Like, I'll watch what some people are looking at or thinking. Maybe I'm struggling. Just something like that I'll be okay with. All right. Let's see if we get break through these 52s. Ooh, 53s. All right, let's get back up to these. All right, let's go. Wang. Well, Long says, go all in. This is, we're trading it up, right? All right, I'll take one off at these 54s. That's where we were rejecting on here. Nice beats. Let's go gold. Yeah, see? Build positions, take losses, build positions, take losses, take wins. And it's trading. This is trading, everybody. It's not always win in the green that you always see on social media that people talk about. It's like, all I do is win. Oh. I think I needed to be more aggressive up here, taking him off at the 54s. We might consolidate in this. This might be a consolidation zone. And it's starting to play out like this is a consolidation zone. Staying up to the London Open. No, I'm not going to stay up to the London Open. No. Sleep is very, very important, right? Sleep, health. All right, I want to see the market hold above this level. I want to see the market hold above 41.5. These 41s. Break out, right? This is what I'm looking for. Break out, a retest, continuation. Let's see if it's, and we're not getting it. We're not, I'm out. We'll get out of that. We'll get out of that. We did not see it. We broke through it. I think that's where we're going to end it. I stayed 10 minutes after, down $700. $700 tonight. My worst was, I don't know, get chopped up. We didn't really see any move. Didn't really see much happening here on gold. Nasdaq, what's the Nasdaq doing? Man, people who were buying the top were correct. They're in money. They're green. So take care, everybody, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. If not, again, during slow markets tomorrow night, down $700, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye.